welcome to Geeking Out with MellyMel. I'm Melissa. Today's video is all about MOSS Agate. I will be showing you my entire MOSS Agate collection, plus we're going to go over MOSS Agate's properties, so stay tuned. Alrighty guys, so like I said in the intro, today's video is all about MOSS Agate. MOSS Agate is my favorite crystal ever because I feel like everything that I would want in a crystal is in MOSS Agate. I mean, not only is the color like super soothing and relaxing, I feel like because it looks like, you know, staring at like nature itself, it is grounding, it is relaxing. I mean, the color green is great for the heart chakra, so it's great for emotional balancing. It helps with healing, and it also protects the aura. So I feel like it has everything that I could want in a crystal. It's beautiful. Now, before I get a little bit more into the video, as usual, I want to do my little disclaimer. You know, I am a huge crystal lover, you know, but I am still a beginner. I'm still learning, and while I do enjoy learning about the crystal's metaphysical properties, if you are sick, if you don't feel well, please go to the doctor first, and then you can use your crystals to aid you as well. Everything I'm going to be talking about today is just based on my personal experience with MOSS Agate, plus some research that I did on the internet as well. So now that we got that out of the way, I do have some notes here to go over some of the properties of MOSS Agate. I wrote it down just to kind of keep me organized. So I have 3 sources that I use for the research today. I have information from Tiny Rituals, the Crystal Council, and Healing Crystals for you. So let's get started. So first of all, MOSS Agate, even though it's called a MOSS Agate, an agate, right? It's actually not an agate at all. It is a type of chalcedony. I know different people pronounce it differently, so I actually went on Google and I was like, pronounce chalcedony for me. So that's how Google says that I should pronounce it. But anyway, so it's actually a chalcedony, and it is found in the US, Brazil, India, Uruguay, South Africa, Australia, and Russia. Tiny Rituals says that it is referred to as the stone of Mother Gaia, while Crystal Council says that a lot of people refer to MOSS Agate as the mocha stone. Now, also Tiny Rituals considers it a lucky amulet. It boosts the immune system, it provides anti-inflammatory properties, promotes a healthy digestive system, it balances moods, it enhances self-esteem, it fosters emotional stability, and like I said earlier, it is connected to the heart chakra because of the color green, and it also ensures abundance flow, which again comes a lot with like that green thing, that green color, which is associated with also abundance, right? Now, Crystal Council also says that, well, yeah, this is a chalcedony or chalcedony. It actually goes more in detail. It says that it's a chalcedony with dendritic inclusions of manganese, chrome, and or iron, and you can find it in different colors. It's mainly found in green color, right? But you can also get a blue one. You could also find it brown, yellow, red, black. Just like Tiny Rituals, Crystal Council also agrees that this is a stone that brings you closer to Mother Earth, with energies capable of helping us ground, right? So it helps you ground yourself and feel more connected to the earth, right? It also protects your aura, so it can be a protective stone, and it also encourages self-expression. Now, Healing Crystals for you also says that it aids to correct imbalances between the 2 sides of the brain. It aids in abundance, which is something that Tiny Rituals also mention, prosperity, and it stimulates creativity, and it also helps release stress and anxiety. So I feel like overall it's a pretty well-rounded stone, in addition to it just being such a pretty stone, right? But now that we kind of got all those properties out of the way for you guys that might not be too familiar with MOSS Agate, I just kind of wanted to talk about that first, and now I'm going to show you all the pieces that I own. Basically, these are like 99% of the pieces that I own. I do have some smaller tumble pieces that I am currently using in a crystal grid, and I also have some stones that I gifted to some of my house plants, right? Because you can do that as well, right? And I just didn't really want to disturb those, so I left those where they were, but everything else is here for me to show you, so let's get started. The first pieces that I am going to show you right here are actually MOSS Agate chips. Now you might be wondering, why would I want such small pieces, right? But I feel like these are actually great to use for crystal grids. And if you are not familiar with a crystal grid, basically I think of it as almost a vision board of sorts, right? So basically you work on a certain intention and you use crystals that match that intention, right? You choose a center stone, then you choose some smaller stones to go around it, just to kind of amplify that intention that you're working on. I got those from a local crystal shop a while back. I don't quite remember the pricing on those, but crystal chips tend to be pretty inexpensive. I also have here a couple of tumbled MOSS Agate pieces. I don't remember how I acquired these, so it could have been either in a subscription box or perhaps I picked them up at the local shop that I went to. These tumble stones are great to actually, you know, carry with you. Like if you want to put them in your pocket, in your car, in your book bag, right? Or even you can use them for your crystal grid. So that's why these like smaller pieces are actually really useful. So here we have these. I'm going to put these to the side. And then I have these pieces right here. So these are raw pieces of MOSS Agate. I actually got these from Amazon. I forget the company that I got this from, but basically I got a bag full of MOSS Agate pieces. And again, this is in raw form. So these are not shiny or anything. And then with this piece right here, you can see the other colors like the reddish and orange and like brownish tones to MOSS Agate. Now the next piece that I want to show you is this point. Now this point I actually got from Energy Muse, but to be honest, I was not too sure whether I was going to add this here because I have my doubts as to whether this is MOSS Agate or tree agate. As you can tell, you know, they're pretty similar. So I am like 95% sure this is actually tree agate. But because it was sold to me as MOSS Agate through Energy Muse, I decided to include it in the video. Now, pieces like these are great also for crystal grids because you can put them as your center stone and have the smaller crystals around it. So we have this point right here, but again, this one is I'm a little unsure of because I think this is actually probably tree agate. The next piece I want to show you is something you have been seeing already here. I have this really pretty MOSS Agate ring. Now I actually got this from a local vendor. We went to Paracon last May. That's at Penhurst Asylum in Pennsylvania. Paracon is a paranormal convention. And again, they had different vendors and I got this from one of the vendors. I want to say this ring was probably around $12. Next piece I want to show you is this really pretty palm stone. I really like it. It's like really thick. It almost looks like an egg, but I love all the dimensions in the color. This one definitely looks very mossy. I love the different tones. Now this one was actually gifted to me and I absolutely love it. It is so pretty. Now palm stones are great to just kind of hold and meditate with, or just to really hold and stare at. I really love this really pretty palm stone. Next piece is this really pretty free form. Now I actually got this from Moon Mountain Gems. And this is again such a pretty piece. It has that little juicy pocket at the very top, kind of like by the tip, as you can see. And we do have a variation of color between like the greens and like a little bit of brown and like the white. And it has like a little bit of blue here and here. This piece right here was one of my very first pieces of moss agate. Now I actually work with this sphere daily because when I use my tarot cards or my oracle cards, I like to assign a crystal to each one of them. So I assigned this one to like my main tarot deck, and it is such a pretty sphere. I forget how much I paid for this, but this was like, I want to say 3 or 4 years ago that I got this. So it's been a while, so I definitely don't remember, but I do really love it. And this one has another juicy pocket like right over here. Beautiful sphere. I love how clear the like mossy looking pieces are. I absolutely love this one. If I remember correctly, I got this from Beneath the Crescent Moon, which is a local store in New Jersey. I got it from their Etsy. Now the next piece I have is another sphere, but this one, as you can tell, is very blue. It has a lot of blue in it, which I really like. I got it because it was very different from all the other pieces of moss agate that I had. This one kind of reminds me of just like the planet Earth, right? And we have a little bit of druzy in there. But again, I really, really like this one just because I found it to be so unique. And I got this piece from Loving Thyself Rocks. That is a store in Florida, but they do have an Etsy shop, and that's where I got it from their Etsy. So again, very different to the other pieces that I just showed, but I really like the colors on this one. And this is the last sphere that I'm going to show you guys. This was actually gifted to me in a box swap, and it is so pretty. It reminds me a little bit of the other sphere that I showed you, the one that I showed you before, the blue one. But this one is slightly bigger and it has a little bit more of like the green tones to it, and it feels slightly heavier. But this is a beautiful sphere as well. We have another little pocket right there. The final piece that I wanted to show you is this beautiful tower. It is very heavy. It's pretty big, as you can see. It has some juicy pockets as well. And I just really love this piece. I got this piece from Moon Mountain Gems during one of their live sales. I believe this was probably around, I want to say $97, $98. It wasn't quite 100. It was like in the 90s. But I love this. I actually keep this piece on my nightstand, and I keep it next to a big rose quartz tower that I have. So they both are next to my bed, along with a piece of azurite. Those are like my favorite crystals to have in the bedroom. I think that they're just so soothing and healing and protective and loving. So to me, they are perfect. But yes, this is the last piece that I want to show you, which I absolutely adore. And that's it, you guys. Today's video was short, but I just wanted to show you my moss agate pieces. because it is my favorite crystal ever. So I wanted to show you the pieces that I own, and I also wanted to showcase the crystal and talk a little bit about it. Let me know in the comments down below if you own MOSS Agate. Also let me know if you would want me to make more videos like this, just showcasing a specific crystal. As usual, if you love the things that I talk about, definitely subscribe, comment, like, and hit that notification bell so that you can keep on geeking out with me. Bye!